everyone, and welcome back to the Sasuke Nerds podcast, where we talk all things Sasuke and Ninja Warrior. My name is Kane. I'm here with my co-hosts Evan and Billy for our 10th episode, guys. Let's go.
Yes!
We made it to 10 episodes. The trio is back. We've had a couple episodes here and there where it's been maybe just one or two of us with some guests or without guests. And we're glad to bring it back to where we started, which is with this core trio. So 10 episodes, y'all. Congratulations.
Already been that quick. It's insane how time flies by, man.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, it helps when you drop an episode weekly. Like, it's not like this was like 10 months. It was like,
true.
It was 10 weeks. But, thank you guys for listening throughout this early era of the podcast. Please be sure to stay tuned because we've got a lot of other episodes coming out. We're going to talk about so many different things in the future. I mean, I would like to talk about the Sasuke Junior Cup. It wrapped up a few weeks back. Ninja Warrior Poland's on right now. Muso is going to be one of the next episodes that you're going to hear. It's a special crossover between Sasuke, Spodan, so many other Japanese game shows. Got some Sasuke competitors in there as well, and Kunoichi competitors. So you'll definitely be hearing more about that. On the league side, we've got Team Ninja Association. The Women's Ninja Association is coming out this weekend as of the time you're hearing this episode. So we're definitely going to be talking about all of those things. You just heard our episode on NSC Finals. Shout out Evan and Billy for holding it down. We got some great content coming up. You're not going to want to miss it. And in between that, we're going to have some pretty fire guests and probably play some pretty cool games or have some pretty cool segments as well.
Heck yeah, man. But
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that as well. But for today's episode, you guys are seeing the title. We're talking ninja gyms today, everybody. So myself, Kane, and Evan are going to be talking about 5 gyms, but in like 2 different ways. We are going to be talking about 5 gyms that we really want to go to, our top 5 gyms that we want to go to, and more predominantly, ranking the top 5 ninja gyms that we have personally traveled to. Now, all of us have had different experiences. Obviously, I'm in the UK. Kane, you didn't have ninja for a while. Evan, you're in Michigan. So it's a different kind of geographical way of looking at it for all of us. And I think that's really what's going to set it apart for all of us here.
Also, rank your gyms up in the
comments. Give us your top 5.
Yeah, or maybe you could just say, "Oh, you're wrong. Why are you ranking that so high?"
Yeah, exactly.
Or, hey, we're not going to say no to invitations to your gyms wherever you train at.
Just exactly. Zach Eichenstein, if you're listening, please.
All right, so which one are we doing first, and who wants to go first?
I think we should start with the gyms that we want to visit, and I think I will go first.
Let's hear it.
Go ahead, fella.
Gyms are a big part of what makes ninja. I don't think the sport would be nearly as accessible without them. However, I've only been to 6 ninja gyms. These 5 I definitely want to go to. But first off, I want to give an honorable mention. I don't think this would count as a ninja gym. If it does, I would probably put it at number 2. That is Uchimiya Park.
Way.
For those of you who don't know,
Uchimiya
Park is the area of land that Sasuke competitor Shuzo Uchimiya, aka Gio, has, that has a lot of the very well-made replicas of the Sasuke obstacles. He actually recently just built the Prism Tilt in place of his quad steps. He has a giant dragon glider. He has a working fishbone with a motor. He has a motor on his cliffhanger. He has the vertical limit burst. He has every single stage 1 and 3 obstacle outside of Screwdriver and the DX. So, and he has a wall lift too from stage 2. So like he has a lot of stuff there. If there's one place I really want to train, it's at that. But going into the top 5. At number 5, I have Jungle Gym, which is owned by the Bergstrom family over in Florida.
Nice. Good pick.
What I really like about this gym is I can't think of another gym that has a central theme like Jungle Gym does. Jungle Gym is very aesthetically like, well, in the jungle. I really wish I would like to see another gym take that on. The only reason I am putting it at number 5, from what I've heard, Jungle Gym isn't actually the biggest area. Like in
I've heard
terms
that
of
as
like
well.
in terms of like
Size.
yeah, in terms of size. But definitely a lot of cool things there that I definitely want to try. At number 4, I know Kane's gonna really like this one. Motive School of Movement, which is
Wait.
owned
Hmm.
by Brett Sims and Bob Reese. They have parkour there, but they also have a ton of ninja obstacles. And we all know that Brett Sims is cooking with all sorts of stuff that he's making there. At number 3, Billy kind of foreshadowed this one by calling out Zach Eichenstein. Ferax Ninja Park over in New York.
Wait.
Yep.
Uh, like a lot of gyms or like these adventure parks have ninja elements to them. Uh, you they typically don't get ranked very highly in gym rankings, but they can be very fun. But Ferox is just on another level. I know Kane, you've been there before. Our buddy Callum has been there before.
Yep.
Definitely a place I want to hit at some point. At number 2, if you guys listened to last week's episode on NSC's finals, Life Force Ninja,
Oh.
Oh, please, lad.
Run, Jaden Welsh, always coming up with something crazy over there. Definitely like to see the innovation just to see what is cooking up in his mind when it comes to obstacles. I know they've won some obstacle design awards in the past, like Brett Sims has. And yeah, like I definitely want to go to Life Force. Also that giant be- I don't think it's a beanbag, but it's
An
like the air
airbag.
match. Yeah, the
Oh,
Yeah.
the air
airbag.
mat. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know other gyms have them. I think Overground over in Germany also has one of those. I could be wrong. But at number 1, I've said it on a previous episode of the Sasuke Nerds podcast. Modus Ninjas in Lee Summit, Missouri,
Yes,
owned
please,
by
fella.
a good friend of ours, Donovan Matoyer. They are hosting the Women's Ninja Association finals coming up this weekend. They also hosted WNL Premier Series finals this past year. And Donovan, just like us, is a big Sasuke fan. So, like, I want to try like those kinds of Sasuke obstacles. Like I know he's got a prism tilt there. He's got a burst. He's got the rolling hill. He's got a mostly working cliffhanger dimension, which I really want to try those, even though I might not do the best on them. I definitely want to like hit all those because those are like awesome.
Yeah,
Great picks. That's a good top
absolutely.
5. And I'm not going to lie, you said one of your gyms just jumped into my number 5 slot because I was like, how did I not think about that? And it just took out my number 5 for this one.
Right, I see.
Oh,
I'm looking at my list as well. There's a couple of similarities, but not too many.
really?
Yeah.
I'm really
You
interested to see what you say, Billy.
All right, okay. I'm gonna start off. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I'd say these are in an order. Number 5, Jimmy Fit. I really want to go to Jimmy Fit.
Mm.
Personally, that is the ninja gym in Taiwan where the Jimmy Fit games are held. If you watched the Yusuke documentary on the Sasuke Nerds, we did some coverage on the comps because Yusuke has gone to 2 of the events that they have ran. And I'm proper excited. They're doing it this year as well, aren't they?
They should be. I don't think there's been an announcement yet, but they normally drop an announcement around this time of year, so we can keep an
Yeah.
eye out.
All right. Okay. Noted. But yeah, I was talking to Yu Chen Xiao from Taiwan. He came to District 14's competition, the Global Ninja Challenge, back in January. I met him there. He's a really nice fella. He absolutely loves Jimmy Fit. We were talking about it. I would really love to go there. Me and him definitely would like to get a high placement or a highish placement on that side because the culture in Asia is very different for ninja compared to the rest of the world. And I think this is one of the only places where it sort of matches it. It's kind of 50 like 50-50 in terms of Sasuke obstacles and ninja obstacles. Like you wouldn't be
Yeah.
seeing wing nuts in Uchimiya Park, for example. So like it's just kind of one of them things. And also Yuchen had Yusuke's signature on like a piece of paper that I prayed to before my rope climb and I got first. So like, come on,
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
just gonna
Uh,
say
That is a piece of lore that I never thought I'd hear.
no,
yeah,
me
but yeah,
neither.
literally, me and Jack were stood with him, and he just pulls it out on a piece of paper. I'm like, "What the heck, bro? Are you for real? You see this?" I was losing my mind, but yeah, it's a good look, cham. I need Yusuke to sign my Sasuke towel at some point. But yeah, that's number 5, Jimmy Fitz. Number 4 is definitely a wild card pick. It's another international gym. It's the one and only Flash Fitness in Israel.
Mm.
This is a
Ooh.
gym that I see reels of on Instagram and I see social media content of it. It looks so good. It's like a top tier gym. You see like the top attributes of many of the best gyms in America, and it's just there. Like they all have good grip, it looks like, in terms of all the obstacles, the arrangement, the lines, the flow. Like you see Schneeor's reels, you see INAV sending stuff, and it just looks so much fun to just go there and just train. And there's a lot of customization to be held within it. Motive has like a little rock like hold, and I don't have Motive on my list. Spoiler alert. But I think Flash has like many good attributes from many gyms around the world. And I think having it all there with such good talent, like the Israeli athletes that compete, I think it would be great to be surrounded by all that as well. So Flash Fitness at number 4. Number 3 is going to be Ferox. It's such a good park. I was talking to Jack about. Jack always brings up the fact. Jack Andrews, by the way, from the UK. He always brings up the fact that Ferox was his favorite ninja experience of all time ever. Essentially, I think it's definitely always going to be up there for him and with many others who have gone there because it's a huge place and it's in New York. The aesthetic of having one of the biggest ninja gyms in New York City is one of the craziest prospects to anything there. And it's so huge. They have a bajillion warped walls, so many highly advanced obstacles, and you can shoot hoops and then do some fidget spinning cliches. Like there aren't many places where you can do that, if you get what I mean. Like there's everything in terms of Ferox. So that's definitely one I think takes the cake there. Number 2, I initially had Life Force on here, but then I realized I love all of these gyms. Life Force, it's good, but it's also in the same realm as like there are so many other creative gyms in the realm of everything. So I'm going to put Ninja Intensity at number 2. All right.
Okay.
I am a grip guy. I absolutely love my grip and training it and doing some like cliffhanger and tightly grippy obstacles and challenges. Ninja Intensity is a grip thing. They run bucket of chalk, and chalk is a substance you put on your fingers, and it helps you stick to things. Dion trick. So it like it kind of comes through. I'm so sorry, Dion. I love you for real.
Oh god.
But like, yeah, you see Ninja Intensity's obstacles. You see them at NSC. They do bucket of chalk and like mini bucket for the youth athletes as well. You tune in, and it's so good, man. Their courses are unlike any other. I think they, even though it's not a lot of space, like I think Evan talked about this in Jungle Gym, it's not like the biggest gym in the world, but they utilize the space very well. And they would sometimes, like, it's in like Colorado. Even if you can't go to Ninja Intensity, there's Arc and there's other places within Colorado and in the neighboring states as well that you can definitely check out. So yeah, Ninja Intensity has a great community as well. You've got Caden, you've got Max, you've got like Taylor Green and Porter Fanan. It's brilliant. I'm trying to not base it too much off of the people because I said like the athletes around Flash Fitness are really good, but I think it goes for all of the gyms that the athletes who regularly train there and work there are absolutely brilliant at what they do, and it'd be great to get tips and be semi-coached by them in a sense. So yeah, Ninja Intensity at number 2, always been one. It was one of the first few gyms I really found out about, I think, because it was one of the first few. Like I saw Caden Lebsack on like A&W 13 or 14 when I was like trying to get into A&W, and I saw them having the gym, and I was like, oh, that's a really, really good gym. And I was a massive Sasuke purist before that, and I didn't know what ninja gyms were besides adventure parks in the UK. So I just kind of learned from there. So shout outs to Ninja Intensity for that. And yeah, my number one is Motus. Same stuff as Evan. Moving on. But yeah, Motus.
Yeah.
I really just need to echo Evan here. Motus is mint. Donovan Matoya is a great course designer and builder. Sasuke obstacles out the butt everywhere. There's cliffhangers, there's bursts, there's rolling hills, and there's so much more tech as well. It's like, imagine like Jimmy Fit, right? But the ratios were a bit different. Instead of it being like 50-50 Ninja and Sasuke, I'd say it's like 35-40% Sasuke, and everything else is just the most high tech Ninja rig anywhere. It's got like 5 or 6 lanes in the whole gym as well to just do obstacles on. So it's huge as well. So the space definitely benefits it. And their Premier Series finals had some of the most hype moments in Ninja Sport that I have seen personally. I have a bit of bias, of course, because I commentated the entire weekend of that, but it was incredible to just watch. And I'm amazed by every single time I see something new from Motus. It's one of the best things I've seen.
I'd like to make a petition. All 3 of us go to Ferox, and then we just have a dunk contest. I'm probably going to lose at.
Oh, I like that.
Oh,
But-
okay.
like that.
I haven't
Hey,
played basketball since I was
guys.
14.
Comment below between the 3 of us who wins a trampoline dunk contest. All right, throw your thoughts in there.
Yeah.
No, I really like both of your lists. My list is pretty similar in some areas. There's gonna definitely be some overlap. I really like what you guys are saying about like using the space and everything else like that. Yeah, that's not what I went with. I was like, give me the biggest, most horror farming gyms ever. Like Jungle Gym and Ninja Intensity are great picks. Great picks. And I have no problems with those being in the top 5 for you guys whatsoever. I'm like, give me the space. Give me just the massive, biggest rooms that you could possibly find. With that said, I have 2 honorable mentions. It was just 1 at first. Honorable mention number 1, I want to go to Grips because that's where Evan trains, and I want to train.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
I echo that.
I do get a little personal with some of these picks on both lists. The second honorable mention was my number 5. It got replaced by my new number 5, and it is Flash Fitness in Israel.
There you go. Well, like-minded.
They're very, very creative with how they set up their lines for Lachey's. They'll go to the campus boards on the wall from the Lachey rigs, and like that's, that stuff's really cool. They have a lot of different. It's a huge facility. Like if you're talking about multi-purpose, like there's weight rooms, I think there's climbing now. Like there, you could spend an entire day in there of working out, where you like grind for an hour, rest for an hour, grind for an hour, get a meal, grind for an hour, and you could be doing different things over there. It's great. So honorable mention to them. It was replaced by my new number 5, which I can't believe I missed this, but Life Force is number 5.
Bruh.
I just think Life Force is so weird when it comes to their courses. They're so non-traditional and wacky, and I love that. I think Ninja needs more obstacles like that. And obviously there's also, again, I talk about the aura, right? Like there's been so many big events at Life Force. There was Premier Series finals, most recently there was NSC finals, right? Like it's really, really cool to kind of be in those areas and be like, I watched this, or, oh, this is where this happened. This is how they set this up. I can see that in person. I like that part of my brain getting to work. But also, it's just got so many different random things. Spinning discs to stand on, skateboards galore, drum hoppers that move. Like, it's so nice. And I would love to check it out. I think it might be higher if I were a techier athlete, but I'm not. So that's number 5. Number 4 is going to be True Function Ninja Training Ground over.
Yeah! We're not irrelevant. Let's go.
Thanks, Billy. They have a 19. Look, they have a 19-foot mega wall, and like, how tall is the Super Saiyan ladder?
It's 35 rungs, if that helps. It's literally to the top of the building.
So yeah, that goes up at least 40 feet then, because you have to factor in like how tall you are when you stand with it.
Yeah.
And then, you could spider climb it. Like, there's some very Sasuke elements in there because Dion Trigg is such a Sasuke fan, right? And at the same time, he's evolving more in his course design and in the obstacles he selects to include more ninja-based things. The same way that you described Jimmy Fit, Billy, like having that balance, it is getting a lot more balanced, I think. And I find that to be very exciting. I think you could become a better ninja there. I think you also could have decent Sasuke prep there. And I
Yeah, true.
love their cliffhanger setup. I love their cliffhangers. I'm a big cliffhanger guy. So just the fact that you can have cliffhangers in any orientation that are not like, oh, tiny little cliffs that you can make a move on. No, they're full length, make multiple moves to get to the end, one side to the other. I just
Yeah.
appreciate that. My number 3 is another nostalgic pick, but it's a great pick as well. Ninja Academy in Perth, Australia.
Oh, what a shout!
That's a good shout. That's
They
a really good
are
shout.
a huge gym. And my favorite thing about it is that it is a straight line. I was talking about this with Ben Polson in an earlier episode of the pod, and it being so linear means that it's great training for the shows. It lets you really get in the mindset of, all right, I've got one obstacle in front of me. Now let's focus on the next. And I mean, they hosted the Ninja Challenge League finals so many years in a row, and it was 3 stages, and there were so many hype moments from those competitions. And they've done premiere series before and everything. It's a really nice gym. It's got one of those things where I could not only set up a course for me to run in there, I could set up a whole 3-stage competition in there with ease and challenge myself. And I think, there's something really appealing to me about that. So that one's going to be my number 3. My number 2 is going to be the most basic pick for a European ninja gym. It's going to be Overground.
Overground! That was nearly on mine.
Overground is dope. It's huge. They host great events. They know how to use their space. But I think the other thing for me is I've lately been on a big parkour kick as well.
Yeah.
I've really been improving my parkour and my speed and my flow, and that is just such a great place to work on that, to where I would love to go out there and just train with the guys out there and see what's going on. I would love to compete in the Overground games if I can ever afford to make the trip out. It's a great event. It looks like a lot of fun. It's a mix of speed, racing, skills, whatever, endurance. They had a burnout recently. Like that's dope. I want to go. It's sick. Guess what my number 1 is, guys? It sounds like we're gonna need a 3-man trip out to Lee's Summit to go to Modus, because Modus is also my number 1 for all of the reasons that you guys have said. It's I think the perfect mix of Sasuke and more A&W style obstacles. You've got the crazy tech, but then you've also got the traditional Japanese obstacles. You've got the way to incorporate those into course runs as well, which I think is really interesting. Yeah, no, it's Modus. So like, it sounds like we need to plan a trip with the 3 of us to get to Modus.
Absolutely,
Yes,
it's gonna happen.
I
mate.
agree.
By extension, sorry, I got bored one day. I think I was like editing Yusuke and I was really stressed. So to take my mind off of it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna think of something else for a bit. I want to do a nationwide US Ninja tour one day where I rent a car and I just like do a thing. We could rent a bloody RV if we wanted to and just like do all 3 of us around the country. I'm thinking like all the big stops. We go Traverse, we go Colorado, we go like Stanford and Monroe now. All the Florida ones, the big time is another good one. The barn,
Big Time would be fun.
Obstacle Academy, because Jarrah said he'd hit me up with like a bit of help with that. He'd come if I went. We'd go Ascend. We'd go North Carolina for the boys. We'd go Ferox, of course. Motus, yes. Gravity Forge is also a good one.
That's a really good shout.
Grav could be good.
Gravity Forge is always there. Dexterity
yes.
too. That's also Pennsylvania. Motive would also be on the route. Or like the I think the 3 big hitters of Texas as well. Excuse me. With Austin, Rise, and Iron Sports. Iron Sports was the first ninja gym I ever found out about because of Ricardo, and it's mint. And then Life Force as well. So I'm thinking we do like a whole circle around the US. That would be a mint trip.
Shout out Ricardo Perez.
I'm gonna be real with you. That sounds dope as heck. We're not driving. We're flying to a lot of these destinations.
I was gonna say,
I don't think you realize how much driving we'd have to do in Texas alone.
Texas is like my entire country, mate.
No, I have to drive from my house over in Michigan to Rochester, New York for Rock City Ninja for WNL Regionals.
Yeah,
that's 6.5 hours. Like,
that's actually shorter than I would have expected it to be.
No, like it's bad. Like I remember I drove to Worlds 2024. That
Yeah,
was 10 hours.
Right.
So
yeah.
yeah,
I
like
remember. I remember
United
our
States is big.
yeah, our friend Kane Malden, former TSN member. He was in Georgia and he drove up to North Carolina for competitions, and he said it took him like 7 or 8 hours. And I was like, "Geez, dude,
Yeah.
that's rough."
I just googled it now. The UK would fit in Texas, so we do like it's like
Yeah,
an 8-hour drive from the top of Scotland to the bottom of Brighton or something
yeah.
like that. So
So
that
I
would
think one end of Texas to the other would pretty much take us the whole day. And if we're planning on stopping at multiple spots in Texas, yeah, forget about it. Forget we're spending a
okay.
night
Yeah, we're
at the
flying. We
hotel. You
need
know what
to
I mean? Like,
win the lottery. We need to
right, right,
pool in
right.
money for a boys' trip across America. That's the
No,
tech.
no. What I'm doing is I'm gonna put my life savings on my Michigan Wolverines to win college basketball national championship. By the time this comes out, this might age like milk, but then we're gonna make a ton of money, and then there we go.
I just put it on red, mate. Not gonna
uh,
lie.
I'm dead. Put it on red is crazy. All right. Well, we've now ranked the gyms that we would like to go to in the future. There was a clear number one. There was some overlap with 2 through 5, and some others that are definitely very valid picks. Um, our next list is going to be gyms that we have been to, our top 5. I do have an honorable mention for mine as well, but we'll kick it back to Evan to get us started with that one.
All right, so my list is pretty cut and dry because I've only been to 6 Ninja gyms. Soon to be 7 because Rock City Ninja will be the 7th. Okay, Billy. So we don't have camera, but Billy just did the stupid 6-7 thing. I literally lost like 50 brain cells right there.
Listen to me, fella. I'm in year 13. I go to sixth form where I'm an 18-year-old and I'm in I go every day to school and there are still 11 and 12-year-olds at the lowest year. All right. I hear someone said that to my face yesterday. I was walking to like graphics or something and they just went 6-7 like in my name with a broad Yorkshire accent and I just wanted to move on and do my work.
Yeah. So yeah, moving on. I will actually rank all 6 because I've been to 6. At number 6 is Ultimate Kids in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Kane used to coach at that gym. It's very gymnastics heavy, with some ninja elements to it, which is not bad by any means. It's just, and I also was only there for like 20 minutes because, so the story behind that is I arrived. So Kane was actually hosting me and Billy for Worlds 2025 when he lived in North Carolina. So he picks me up at the airport. We drive to his house. I like unpack a little bit, and then Billy sends us something saying, "Hey, I'm about to." I can't remember what the exact context was, but we drive over to the airport, right?
Right.
And then we circle around trying to look for this guy, and we're like, and then I tried calling him, and then it didn't happen. And then I was thinking, was he like saying he was still on the ground? Because no, you said that you were on the ground, so I assumed that mean you were
Yes.
on the ground at Greensboro. That was
No.
not true. You were still on the ground at, what was it, Atlanta?
I was stuck on the tarmac in Atlanta because there was a small storm that delayed me by like half an hour or something.
Yes, it was that. So basically, we were like, we just completely messed up. So
Yep.
Kane's like, "Do you want to go to Ultimate?" I'm like, "Sure." So we went over there. We played around for a little bit. I barely did anything. I did like a few laches and some quad steps and like a 11.5 foot warped wall. And then,
Yeah, I think it was 12 or something. Yeah.
yeah, something like that. And then Kane introduced me to a couple of the people that he also climbs with. And yeah, and then we ended up picking up Billy and Billy's dad, Dixie, up at the airport. But anyways, moving on to number 5. Brief tangent aside, I have Adrenaline Monkey Cleveland, which is, well, in
Ah,
Cleveland, Ohio. I've only been there once. I went there for a WNL comp back in October. I had a very fun time there.
Mm.
So only 3 people from my gym went, at least on that first day. It was myself, Ethan Gardolski, and Medline Zernzak. It was a very fun time. Big shout out to those two. I had, in my opinion, my best ever course run that that entire event at the time of this dropping. I'm sorry, not at the time of this dropping. At the time of us recording, that was my best run. Period.
It
And
was very,
then
very good as well. I was very entertained by it as well.
yes. So up next is the place where I went for regionals last season, and that was Sinai Sports.
Yeah.
The reason why I went with Sinai over Adrenaline Monkey is I think Sinai has more ninja elements as opposed to the fact of the matter of like just the because Adrenaline Monkey is an adventure park. And so I couldn't really rank it too highly in that sense. But I will also put Sinai at number 4. But at number 3 is Movement Lab Ohio,
All
which is
right.
owned by Michelle Warnke. So shout out to her. I've been there twice at the time of us recording, soon to be technically 4 times because I am going there twice for a doubleheader. Very fun gym. The first time I went there, I did not have the best experience for reasons that I will probably talk about in a later episode. But I went there a second time because I really wanted to give it another chance because I was like, man, because it's such a good gym. Like I thought it was like
Yeah.
I thought like I could have
For
I would have had better
clarification to the viewers, for clarification to the listeners here, your problem with the experience you had at Movement Lab Ohio wasn't exactly because of the gym or the obstacles.
yeah, no, Kane hit it right on the head. Um, but at number 2, shout out the Hone family, Chad Hone, Jennifer Hone,
Mm.
Nathan and Blake Hone, level up over in Thomasville, North Carolina. I've been there
Yeah.
twice. Both times was for Worlds. Had a great time both times. I am hoping to at least somewhat attempt that ultimate cliffhanger at some point. My group is not there yet. But at number 1, I have to put my home gym there, man. It's
Heck
Grips.
yeah.
Grips isn't exactly the biggest gym, which I definitely wish it was bigger, but like what can you do? It's still a fun time and the people just make it so much better. Like they're
Absolutely,
always
man.
coming up with something crazy there, whether it be super techy, they work out stuff for OCR. I also know that at one point we had these a little bit of a Spartan event there. It's like the javelin toss. I'm not too familiar with Spartan, but like you like toss a javelin into
Yeah,
like
you throw a spear into a hay bale.
yes, like what Kane said, and yeah. So pretty much like that's my list. Grips at number 1, and I don't see that changing for a long time.
Absolutely. Your home gym is always gonna be up there in terms of the way everything is kind of ranked there. I'm gonna go next here. My top 5 gyms that I have ever traveled to. I have 2 honorable mentions out here. And those go to Agility Parks out in York and Hollis Lansford's backyard rig. I think overall, I don't think Hollis's rig can really count as a gym, but it is an immense place to train. This fella had like double salmon ladder, so many different holds he's accumulated over the years, crazy cliffhanger setups, VLs, a replica of the cliffhanger move from Worlds in 2024 as well that I destroyed my fingers doing. Like bloody hell, it was insane. And then Agility Parks, it's literally a kid's obstacle course place, but when it's after hours, myself, Jack, Harrison, and Hollis would set it up and basically just do a mock NSC in a way. We'd set up some speed, some hybrid, and do a burnout every once in a while. And then we play like hide and seek tag once, and I was being chased by Hollis Lansford at some point. I never thought I'd be dead more in my life. I looked back, I saw like one of the fastest people. He did track for years, and I'm like barely staying away. from him. And I'm like, how am I still alive doing that? But yeah, it was a fun time. We've had some good memories at Agility and on Hollis's rig. But for the countdown, I don't think you guys would have expected this, but at number 5, we have a Ninja Warrior UK Adventure Park, specifically the one in
Oh my
Gloucester.
goodness.
Now, obviously, Ninja Warrior UK Adventure Parks are stereotypically nothing special. Literally, the one closest to me is probably like my least favorite I've gone to, or like one of like the bottom 3 or 2, maybe. But honestly, the Gloucester one I've been to is pretty solid, and they've actually had a rebrand recently, so it's more like OCR centric in a way. And when you're in the UK, you don't have many options for Ninja Gyms, so it's slim pickings out here nowadays. But I think the Gloucester Park is very good. They actually held a ninja comp there, or an OCR comp, really. And it's the biggest comp besides like Worlds or District 14 comps or anything like that I've ever been to in the UK. There was like 60 people coming, and it was one of the most hype comps ever. It was really fun as well because everyone was like, it was a simple course. OCR is more simple than Ninja, obviously. And everything was just kind of an even playing field, and we just kind of went at it, and it was a very, very fun time. And even though I've only gone there once, I have very good memories of it. So Gloucester Adventure Park at number 5. Number 4 is going to be Liverpool's HC Fit Ninja Training, owned by Henry Cookie, the Cookie Monster. I'm literally going there in like on Sunday. It's a Thursday right now. When we are recording this, and on Sunday the 22nd, they're celebrating their 9th birthday for their gym being alive. I don't know where my sentences are going here. I'm trying to compute different pieces of information. It's hard. But yeah, 9th birthday party at HC Fit this weekend for me at the time of this recording. HC Fit is definitely got a special place in my heart. My first ever competition was held there, the British Ninja Championships in 2022, and I do think it'll definitely be one of my top 5 favorite comps I'll ever do.
Also, your first buzzer.
Oh my
And your
god.
first like competition vlog.
Oh yeah, so that's a lot of firsts there. HC
Yeah.
Fit is a legacy gym for the Billy Vids brand out there, and besides that, it is a very, very nice place to train. It's very like, it's not like true function level size. Like we talked earlier about like Jungle Gym and Ninja Intensity, they're not the biggest. HC Fit isn't the biggest either. But it's got like an actual gym there. There's a gymnasium where he does like martial arts, like teaching and all that. They've got some pretty good obstacles as well. You can set up some nice courses, some very good burnouts as well. They are known for out in Liverpool, which is a good thing, honestly, because I think burnouts are definitely more of an overlooked aspect of Ninja nowadays with OCR coming into play. And even though HC Fit is leaning into a bit more OCR centric stuff, because Henry has been to a couple of OCR events around the world, I still think it's staying true to its burnout forms, and they're trying to find new ways to test everyone in terms of everything. Shout outs to Hollis Lansford and Harrison Daly and Victor Mikhailov for being the British Ninja Champions. Love it. But yeah, HC Fit, special place in my heart. Absolutely love going there every once in a while. Very, very good place. Number 3, True Function Ninja Training Ground. I absolutely love this place. One of my favorite places in the world. Probably my favorite place in the UK besides like my bedroom and my girlfriend's house. So like I gotta be honest with myself here. And like a drumming studio in school. I'm gonna be fair to myself. But yeah, True Function, another place very special to my heart. I think both HC Fit and True Function changed my life in a way. Like I talked about it in my story in Iceberg. We all talked about our journeys with Ninja in our Iceberg stories when you guys sent over your VHS tapes to my house. I knew Kane had my address for Series 1's purposes, but like you leaked it to the group chat, man. Come on.
How did that get in your weave, Billy? How did that get in your weave?
How did you do that, bro? Did you sneak through my cables like it's Wreck-It Ralph or something? I don't know. But like, yeah, True Function, it's a legendary gym, I think, in Europe in general. It has a massive legacy behind it. Dion Trigg is an amazing course designer. He makes all of his obstacles himself as well. He has not bought anything from like DGS. I mean, he's like got sponsors from like Monstro and some other companies. Like I think his Matt's a sponsor of his gym when it was starting out. But yeah, the legacy that it has behind it is incredible. Before Premiere Series in 2023, it was very like show centric. It was mainly training for shows. Like everything that Dion built, he had like seen on an event he has done. Like Sasuke Ninja Warrior Indonesia, he'd built stuff from that. Stuff from Vietnam was present when he went on Germany for Team Europe back in like 2018, I think it was. That was a huge thing as well. And then Sasuke, of course, Dion Trigg, Sasuke 34, he'd see like the Jew go down and on the spider climb, and he put it in his gym as well, which was a massive thing as well. I still need to attempt that Super Salmon ladder, man. The belay has been like dodgy recently, and he's using it for storage, but like, hey ho. And then the mega walls, and then the space as well, the community that always goes out there for the comps. I absolutely love True Function. Number 3 is True Function. I absolutely love it. More vlogs coming soon, I promise. Number 2 is going to be Level Up in North Carolina.
Right.
We love to see it level up. Oh my goodness me. One of the happiest places in the world. I absolutely love it. Shout out Chad and Jennifer, who own and run everything. Shout outs like Nathan, Blake, and Cooper for being awesome when I was out there for Worlds as well. I don't think I could have had a better introduction to American Ninja in the flesh than watching the international qualifier back at Worlds last year. It was a brilliant way to properly get into everything ninja-wise, commentating for it as well. And then the day after that, we did Open Gym, and even though it was boiling, that is genuinely like one of the only things keeping it from number 1. It's so warm in there, bro. Like me and Schneo were next to like the little ice cooler, and we were like, bro, it's too hot in here. So yeah, Level Up is mint. The obstacles they make there are absolutely incredible. It took me about 15 bajillion tries to get the mega wall, and I did it somehow with like willpower and like, I don't know.
Yep.
It was crazy.
Adrenaline.
Yeah, honestly, adrenaline. You guys were there. You knew the struggle.
Mm-hmm. Your name is on that wall.
And thankfully, yes, I'm very happy about that. And then the cliffhanger, bro, it was so good. I flashed the 180. I want that to be known. That was a peak moment in my ninja career. But yeah, Level Up. I really want to go back there again, man. That road trip is gonna happen.
Yep,
it's gonna happen. We're gonna hit up Level Up.
Also, Billy is a Skyhooks prodigy.
Yes, Skyhooks, bro.
So for reference, guys, I slapped him on the skyhooks at Level Up at the Open Gym. I said, skyhooks are on stage 1 at Worlds, because we all got to see it at the opening ceremony. I said, skyhooks are on. You've never done skyhooks before. You need to do it now before you go. And so he picked up skyhooks, just a straightforward move, pretty easily. I didn't really have any worries about that. And then he had like the 2nd or 3rd hardest route of skyhooks at Worlds.
Yeah,
like,
I will say as well.
Like, absurd.
Sorry, but I have to say this. It took me 3 attempts to get 1 move on skyhooks, and it was like 5 feet. And then, like you say, you carry on this story.
Yeah, no, I was just in my head, low key. I was like, crap, he might be done on skyhooks. I had that moment of weakness where I was like, I want Billy to go far on this course, but the skyhooks are really not good. And then he gets to the skyhooks, and he has to do multiple like wraparound horizontal contact moves with the skyhooks, and I was like, he got it. He just like he flashed it. He got it. Oh my gosh, he can do this. And then I mean, shoot, he ran out of time on the last obstacle. I don't care, bro. That was a great run.
Yeah.
Like
that skyhook.
You didn't fail any of the obstacles at Worlds.
I didn't fail anything. I didn't fail anything. I do think though, because I think it was like forced, you know, on like the dragon head where you had to do the 180 onto like the hold. I think it was forced that you had to do like the wings of it. And I think I would have screwed up that, or I would have gotten DQ'd by going in the slot and just forgetting, which that would have sucked. But I think clearing the skyhooks on its own, the one-handed save as well. I'm sorry for glazing myself here. But
No,
that one-handed save
man.
was huge for me. I had never felt anything like it. I was on call to like my nan and my mum afterward, like in the lobby of the Coliseum. They were like, "What?
I didn't even notice it from like the bleachers, and then I saw it later. I'm like, what? What
I
is
don't know
happening?
how I did that.
You were on your fingertips, and the only thing for me where I was like, Billy, get it going, was every move you did on the sky hooks, you did like a battle cry, like a sigh or
Yeah.
like a cheer of relief. I was
Yeah,
like,
I was like,
hey, celebrate later. Let's go.
nah, I'm celebrating now because I knew from the doors. I'm like, not because I spent so much time getting off those doors. I was like, okay, I'm probably not clearing because of time. I'm just gonna send it. And I literally
Yeah.
heard you say, one backswing, you've got this, okay? And then I just went for it. Granted, I took backswings on everything else there, but I still did that, and I'm happy with it.
Mhm.
And I can only thank Level Up for making me comfortable with
Learning how to
skyhooks.
skyhook.
Literally 2 days before I run. So shout out Level Up. Absolutely love it. That's number 2 on my list. And personally, number 1, District 14 in Cannes in France. I adore this gym. It's like I was talking to like Hollis and Jack and Harrison about this. District 14 is like if True Function and HC Fit and Level Up had like a love child. It was brilliant. I absolutely love it. Everything there is creative. It's very like you can tell it's all like homemade. Everything's there. It's very humble. I think it is. It's not like this big, like life force level, big, like jungle gym level tech everywhere. But it's like a very solid and comfortable place, to be training at. And I think that's what it does its best at. Like, it doesn't have like the most high-end techie things everywhere, but it's getting there, honestly. It's got a very big mega wall. I think it's like 22 feet or something like that, which is massive. And then they've got super salmon ladder and spider climb. And then I don't want to count the rope climb that they do for the comps regarding this, but like there's that as well, but I'm not gonna count that. But even then, they've
Yeah,
got ropes. They've got ropes in the gym that go up to the ceiling, and that's enough for me.
yeah.
So
Sick.
like, it's like obviously, District 14, very very great place. Been there twice now. Open gym with Schneor, Jackson Erdos, Josiah Papel, and Addy Herman, and Jaleesa Himka, and Kasim with like a broken arm was insane, bro. It was ridiculous. Granted, I was on like reset team for like the majority of the time because I couldn't really do much of their flashy moves, but like I still loved it and I loved being around it, and like the atmosphere was insane. It gave me a proper insight to what American ninja life actually is. And I think that's what is a very precious thing to me. That open gym session was a fever dream, man. I absolutely loved it. That is my top 5. Kane, you are the only one left. Rank the top 5 ninja gyms you have been to.
Okay, so I thought this was going to be a lot harder for me because I counted. I've been to 16 different gyms, which is
Sheesh.
pretty nuts. I thought it would be tough to narrow it down to 5. It really wasn't. I have my honorable mention. Center Court over in New Jersey.
Ah.
Oh.
It is an honorable mention because when I went for the WNL Tier 2 Championships. I was there to coach. So I wasn't there to play on anything. I ran the warped wall up there, and that's all that I was allowed to do. That's all that I was able to do. I'm sure if I got to play on it more, I would have had a lot more fun. But I remember watching the World Championships in 2021 during COVID. Like they had it at center court to help with social distancing and everything else. And so to like actually be there and see everything, that was like a really cool moment. They also have like soccer turf out there, and that was a lot of fun. I love soccer. It's a good second place to ninja in terms of sports for me. And yeah, I had a great time. I would have loved to have played on the obstacles more. Unfortunately, Center Court closed down its ninja program, so it no longer exists. But I am glad that I got to step foot in there and at least run the wall. Um, Definitely up there, but honorable mention. All right, my number 5 is going to be Ferox over in Brooklyn, New York. And
Lucky
I think
you.
some
Yes.
people might expect me to have that higher. Um, I am basing a lot of this off of the experience that I had in the gym, my personal biases, my preferences on what I like out of the obstacles. And Ferox had some objectively great stuff. They had some really, really fun sends. I made a little montage video on it on my channel. And yeah, I had a great time there. I think the two setbacks for me is I like looking at a gym and seeing that it can flow as a course. And Ferox can flow as a course, and it obviously has done that many times in the past. But just the way it was set up when I went, it wasn't really set up for that. And I'm like, okay. On top of that, it was an open gym, so there were a bunch of people there. It made like I didn't I I did the salmon ladder. I didn't really do it a lot because there were kids running literally underneath me to where
Hmm.
if I had landed, even if I just chose to let go, not even if I whiffed something, I would have probably hospitalized a child. And I don't want to do that. So it was very limiting on what I could do. I do want to go back someday. I do plan on going back someday. I'm hoping that I can go to, like, I know they do adult nights where, there's maybe fewer people, the obstacles are more adult sized. Um and I'm sure that'll change things. But for now it's going to sit at number 5. Number 4 is going to be Hit Squad over in Arizona, in Tempe.
Nice.
Nice.
Hit Squad is way bigger than I thought it would be. They've got something for, I think, everybody. They've got, they have a warm up area, they have a parkour area, they have a lachey area, they have a tech area, they have an endurance area, and it blends all together in a very nice way to where you can make. I understand why they're doing an NSC there, because I could absolutely see them fitting a hybrid of speed and a burnout all in the same space for both divisions for men and women. Like, it's great. They also have a mega wall, so that's always nice. I love me some mega walls. I love the extra challenge. And they have those towers that are like spider climb, salmon ladder, those types of things. And I really enjoy those. There's not too many of those that I've gotten to encounter personally. So I'll take every chance I can to be on those. It's a lot bigger than I anticipated, and I was pleasantly surprised. It was about the size of Ferox, honestly,
Ooh.
in terms of just Ferox's ninja stuff. Ferox with
Okay.
everything is bigger, but
Okay.
yeah. And because it was just a little more low key, I had more space to do what I wanted to do when I was training there. I think I just had a better time there than I did at Ferox. So that's going to be number 4. Number 3, you know what? The top 3 are all biased picks for me. Incredibly biased picks.
Okay.
Number 3 is going to be Fit Pro Ninja Training in Barbados.
Yep.
Aha.
Yep.
So I got to be the head coach there, and I got to, that gym was mine. I could design the obstacles to be whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. Um, Something that I really loved about it was that you had your standard DGS high quality obstacles that you would find in league competitions, but then you also had the homemade obstacles that are very reminiscent of Sasuke, right? And I think that's super fun to have elements of both. I also love that it was partially out, it was outdoors. The obstacles themselves, they're covered under a roof, and that's great. But then there's a field where you put your balance obstacles. There's the cliffhanger is borderline outdoors over there. And I think the ability to face the elements is something that is very important when you're competing on ninja shows. So the chance for me to actually, like, deal with humidity. Oh my gosh. If I can handle speed courses and big laches and tech in humid conditions, I feel more confident about, like, the dry conditions of Vegas for A&W and everything. And I
Yeah.
think that's super helpful. Um I think the reason it's number 3, I mean, the memories of the top 2 definitely outweigh the memories I've made in Barbados, at that point. But also, there's just so many things in FitPro that you can't move around, you know? So if you're
Yeah.
trying to make a course, like, the warped walls are on the opposite side of every other obstacle that you would put on the course to lead to the warped wall. So you do kind of have to work around that, and that's just me. Again, I like the courses. I like prioritizing course runs. So if it flows better, great. If not, that's fine. It's just probably, 3 is probably the highest I could put it. But either way, I loved Fit Pro. It's awesome. And I hope to go back someday. But Fit Pro, number 3. Number 2. Number 2 is Level Up Obstacle Fitness in North Carolina. I think
Yes,
I think
boy.
I think I just saw Evan a little surprised there that it's not number 1. Um,
Yeah.
but
It's all number 2 on our list.
Yes,
yeah,
true, actually.
so Level Up is huge. That's where I hit my first buzzer. Obviously, like, that's where I was training. That was my home gym for a solid 2.5 years. 2.5? Basically for 3 years, that was my home
Yeah.
gym. And they shaped me into the ninja athlete that I am today. And I could not be more grateful for that. I love every single person, not just the Hone family, but just the team, the friends that I made, even the kids, like the kids on the youth team. They're great kids. They're hilarious. They're funny. and it's just a great community they got going on there. So I'm obviously going to be very biased there. Um, but they have it's like a time capsule stepping into Level Up, but also not at the same time because you'll find your Sasuke and A&W, like OG A&W. You've got the Rumbling Dice, you've got the Ultimate Cliffhanger, you've got some Vertical Limits, you've got the Wing Nuts and the TikTok, your standard whatever, right? But then, when people progress past the point where those things are difficult for them, which, a lot of the teens and young adults in that gym they start getting real creative and they start playing around on things. And when you realize just how much you have to play with at Level Up, it just like opens the doors for so many more possibilities of just like fun challenges, crazy course runs. Not to mention Chad is one of the most creative obstacle designers I've seen in a long time. Like he's up there, and it's a shame that more people don't know that. But his courses, when he makes them for comps and everything, they're great. The obstacles that stay up, they're awesome. I have a reason why it's not number one, and I will get to that later. I have so many great memories from Level Up. I love all of the courses that I've ever run there. I am a little upset that they redesigned everything to add a second lane for racing and expanded their Lachey lanes and everything else like that. When I left North Carolina, of course you had to do that while I was gone, but it literally it only got better since I've been gone. It's only
Yeah.
improved since then, and I'm so happy about that. And I can't wait to go back during Worlds to see them and to maybe play around with my friends and reconnect with people and test out the new and improved Level Up. It was already number 2. It might jump into number 1. It's number 1 in my heart, but number 1 on my list is going to be Motive School of Movement.
There you go.
I completely forgot you keep mentioning Motive.
I knew Motive would be
that's
at the top
on
from the
me,
start,
man.
not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
So Motive is a tough one for me because I've only ever been twice, right? So how could a gym that I've been to twice be above Level Up, which I would go to on a weekly basis, like 2-3 times a week sometimes? It's quite simple. Motive was the gym that I wanted to go to growing up. When it first opened and I was on Instagram and I was going down the rabbit hole of leagues and gyms and coaches and blah blah blah, Motive pulled up and I was like, "Oh, that's Brett Sims. Oh, these courses look really cool. Oh, this is like the coolest course that I've seen in a gym ever. Like I would love to go there." And so when I was in North Carolina, I knew that regionals would be at Motive and I was so stoked. And there was just something about it where I stepped in. I was like, this is legit. And this is something as well where Chad said, like, we're not like we like going to other gyms, right? But there's only really like 2 gyms that we would rather compete at than be at Level Up. And number 1 on that list is Motive.
Fair enough
Like
then.
Yeah.
I get like Motive, sometimes they don't always post their schedule for comps for W&L at the beginning of the season. And so they'll just say like, "All right, we're hosting one in the middle of the season." And the amount of people that change their plans or adjust their schedules to go to Motive is way higher than people think. Like it's nuts and it makes sense. And that's very much what the Level Up families do as well. Oh, Motive just announced they're hosting. They're registering within an hour. They're clearing their schedule. Like yeah, Motive is a big thing. On top of that, that's where I hit my first tier 1 buzzer.
Yep.
I'm going to
Yes,
specify
dude.
tier 1 buzzer because I did hit some buzzers in the beginner courses in tier 2, but my first advanced buzzer, like that's a big core memory for me because that was a huge confidence booster coming into the world championships. But also, like, I try to live by the idea of like, if I were to step into a time machine and I went back 1 year and I talked to myself from 1 year ago, I want to bring something that past me couldn't believe. And I just think like if 2024 me went back in time to 2023 me and said, "You hit your first buzzer at Motive," 2023 me would have just lost their minds. Like just would have not ever fathomed that whatsoever. It is like that type of impact for me. On top of that, you know, the gym itself is amazing. It's way bigger than I thought. There's a whole second floor where they have some like weight machines, and you know, it's a viewing area. There's a separate room for birthday parties where kids can like race on kid-sized obstacles. I thought that was really smart because then you can have classes and you can have parties going on simultaneously. The parkour area is really sick. The obstacles themselves absolutely lived up to the hype. Shout out Brett Sims. I mean, he made them, and what I've heard from so many different people is that Motive's obstacles are the closest you can get to the quality of A&W's. And so far, I would agree. I would 100% agree that Brett Sims' designs are the closest things to A&W obstacles that I have personally experienced in a gym. And there's something really special about like that value that you gain from going there. And I went there only twice. And I'm just saying, I went twice, I ran 3 courses, I hit 2 buzzers. So I'm not mad at my resume and Motive. You know, I clutch up when I need to. Uh, but yeah, Motive's great. Um, you know, I think as time passes, there's a chance that Level Up will just overtake it over the sense of like sentiment. And you know, I'm hoping that I get to even just race some friends when I'm there in June just for fun. Um, that alone might put it over Motive, but for now, Motive is going to take the top spot, and that is my top 5 gyms I have ever visited in my ninja career.
Fabulous. I'm very much a
Amazing.
fan of that list. Everything there makes a lot of sense considering your circumstances. Fit Pro would be mint to try out. I really want to try and go to Barbados at some point in
Me
the
too.
next few years to just give it a go over water. And even if I at some point find myself theoretically in Barbados before I go to a throwdown, whether it be a couple days or a couple months before, I want to go to FitPro. I want to have a look at how they do everything on an island. It's kind of similar to my situation as well. The UK is an island, it's relatively small. So I want to try and see how different, like, smaller ninja cultures are able to handle things like that. And of course, Level Up and Motive are some of the greatest locations in the Carolinas. Let's be fair.
Yeah, exactly that. So that is going to do it for our episode on Ninja Gyms. Be sure, again, please comment. What gym are you repping? Where are you training? What gyms have you been to that are some of your favorites, or what are some gyms that you want to go to? We'd love to hear it. And as always, please be sure to tune in every Friday because we're going to have more episodes coming out very soon. Guys, thank you so much. We've done 10 episodes together. It's been truly special doing this podcast with you, and I can't wait for more.
Absolutely. Tune in for our 11th episode because we are going to be interviewing the one and only Makoto Nagano on
Yes,
our podcast.
sir.
We are going to be boosting up our morale incredibly by doing that. So yeah, do tune in to next episode. It's going to be mint. Tune in to every episode, for a matter of fact. Hit follow on any of our social medias. Tune in for next week. Evan, any final words?
Like, you guys hit the nail on the head right there. Like, honestly, I'm happy that we got a bunch of people listening into our podcast. Uh, it's been great for these first 10 episodes. Here's to 10 and many more. Tune in the next episode for Makoto Nagano. Going to be on the podcast.
Yep.
Thank
We'll
you guys
catch you
for
guys
watching.
next week.
Take care.